From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for May 26, 2016. In a moment, I'll be taking a look at the EURUSD, the euro versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. But first I want to recap a couple of trade suggestions made over the past few days in the live trade room and here in the morning analysis videos. First off, starting on the USDJPY, the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. This was a very profitable trade for us here on the US yen. We bought it over here where the purple shaded area is, where the market dipped down into the purple zone, found support, started rising again. So we saw a really good amount of profit on this trade as it pushed higher up towards the 90 to 95 pips of profit. Locking in with the stop loss, of course, is always a good idea, but it came down, pushed right back down, took us out of the trade, and now has gone right back up into the 110 level. So out of that trade with profit, we closed profit as it hit here at the yellow zone and locked in with the stop loss. So profitable trade nonetheless, but taken out of that trade on that dip lower. Then over here on the NZDUSD, New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, we've been nursing this trade for several days now. It was into the pink shaded area. We sold it here just at the bottom of the pink zone, 67.35. It came up close to our stop loss multiple times. Finally, it turned back lower, came all the way down to 66.95 or so, 6,700. Gave us an opportunity to see a pretty decent amount of profit for the trade. We saw it pushing all the way back down here, seeing about 40, 45 pips of profit. Locking in with the stop loss, of course, with the trade manager. Market has now come right back up and taken us out of that trade with profit, but out of the trade, locked in with 5 pips. Now looking for a new opportunity. I still think that this becomes an opportunity as long as it stays within and under that pink shaded area for an opportunity to go short here on the New Zealand dollar. All right, next let's move on over to the euro dollar. We've been trading this one as well over the past few days. You see the longer term trade that we've been holding from the 12.25 level sitting down there, still in profit, about 50 pips of profit still sitting on that trade. 12.25 is the entry. Our stop loss is locked in at 1200. We can't lose on the trade. That's all there is to it. We've already closed some of the profit as well on that trade. I've actually gotten in on a second entry. I've actually added back onto the trade at about 1165, looking for it to turn back down again. Currently sitting 1175, so we're a few pips negative at the current moment. We need to make sure we understand that there is news coming up in about 40 minutes from the recording of this video. 8:30 a.m. Eastern U.S. time, we have core durable goods and unemployment claims out of the U.S. We'll be watching that news. If it's positive news, if it comes out deviated positive for the U.S. dollar, that'll be good news for both of these euro dollar trades. We'll look for the market to continue to pressure down. If it's not great news, if it misses the mark and comes out poor for the U.S., we could see the market turn higher and take us out of these trades. Fortunately, with the previous trade that we have, an overall profit on that trade, even the stop loss on the smaller or the shorter trade will still not eat into too much of our profit. Let's go ahead and look at this chart while we're looking at the euro, waiting for that news. Of course, it's been a long-term uptrend, but recently the trend and momentum has been bearish along the blue trend line. We've seen that before where it went down, hit the red trend line, and went back up. So we need to be cautious for reversal. You know, if it's bad news today out of the U.S., it could reverse and go back up. But if it's good news, again, we could look for continuation, a breakdown of the red trend line, even the 100 period moving average, and continue to go down in the current trend and momentum. Let's go ahead and zoom it in a couple of times here. Take a look here. We've been studying the pattern of this blue trend line. Fell from the highs, congestion, broke out lower, congestion, broke out lower, congestion, broke out lower. Now we're underneath the pink shaded area, which was support, now offering us a clue to resistance. So again, it's my expectation that as long as it stays under that pink zone and we get good news for the U.S. coming up here at our news time, we'll look for it to turn back lower again. We've already seen it underneath the 100 period moving average and underneath that pink zone at 1165. So that continues to be the main focus that I have right now on the euro dollar. And again, targeting next down towards the 111 level, the green shaded area. We know what the risk is. The risk, of course, is that it breaks above the pink zone and goes back up again. So if you're not into it or looking to get into it shortly after the news, I think your stop loss needs to be, of course, just above the pink shaded area, maybe 112.10, 112.15, somewhere in there. That's where my stop loss is, 112.10 on the current entry. So definitely watching that. Right there into the 112.10 level or so with your stop loss. You know that if it's bad news and the US dollar starts to slump again, we look for this to go back up. If it's good news, again, we likely look for it to head on back down here towards the green shaded area. Take it on down to the 4-hour time frame again. Doesn't really change anything, just gives us a little bit more detailed view of what's been going on. You see the support on the left. You see the resistance over here acting, the support acting as resistance. We've seen the rally back into it. Now looking for the market to begin shifting its momentum again. And really that's what it's all about for us here, is that we're looking for a shift in momentum. Just like over here where it went up, found resistance, momentum shifted, and eventually started going back down. We see even here where it kind of went up a little bit, momentum shifted, and it went back down. We see it all the way back up here at the red box where it went up, momentum shifted, and it went down. So that's what we're looking for now. We see the move higher, but now we need the momentum shift to turn back down again. We need the seller's momentum to come back in, and could be spurred on by the news coming up at 8:30 Eastern U.S. time. So looking for the momentum to shift back in our favor in the direction of the current trend, break back underneath 1165, and new targets down towards 1.1100 today for the euro dollar.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.